Attention passionate Green Bay Packers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Green Bay Packers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Green Bay Packers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Green Bay Packers fans. Let's get to the news in what could be one of the most surprising and impactful moves of this NFL season. Whispers are swirling that the Detroit Lions, currently sitting at a solid 9-2 record and one of the top teams in the NFC North, might be open to trading one of their most explosive offensive weapons, Amon-Ra St. Brown, to the Green Bay Packers. Now, this isn't just typical trade chatter. It's coming from some credible sources, and the implications could be huge for both teams and the division as a whole. As Packers fans, we know how crucial upgrades at wide receiver can be, especially after a season where we've seen our offense struggle with injuries and inconsistency. So let's break down what this potential blockbuster would mean, how it could reshape the NFC North landscape, and what it might mean for the Packers' Super Bowl ambitions. The Lions, after a formidable start this season, are facing some tough decisions. Their 9-2 record is impressive, no doubt, but their defense has been leaking points at an alarming rate, allowing an average of 8 points per game, which is one of the worst in the league. Their cap situation is tight too, with only about $11 million in cap space remaining, and key players like Goff are pending extensions. Meanwhile, their pass rush, which was supposed to be a strength, is underperforming, allowing an average of 3.2 sacks per game. Now, sources close to the team suggest that the Lions might be willing to part ways with Amon-Ra St. Brown, who has been a shining star for Detroit this year. The idea being floated is a trade that would send St. Brown to Green Bay in exchange for a second-round pick in the 2026 draft. Why would Detroit do such a thing? Well, the Lions are eyeing a rebuild of their secondary and front seven, trying to shore up their pass rush and coverage units. Reports indicate that they are inquiring about top-tier defensive backs, including Surtain and Horn, although Detroit's move might be more about freeing up cap space and acquiring draft capital to bolster their defense in the coming years. St. Brown, who's been a key part of their offense, is an elite route runner and YAC, yards after catch, artist, capable of turning short plays into big gains. His 2024 stats are eye-opening, averaging 91. PFF receiving grade with 112 receptions, 515 yards and 10 touchdowns so far this season. His ability to create explosive plays, especially with his YAC, makes him a perfect fit for the Packers' offensive scheme. For us, as Packers fans, adding Amon-Ra St. Brown would be a game-changer. We've been lacking that dynamic, explosive wide receiver since the days of Davante Adams, and St. Brown is exactly the type of weapon that can unlock our offense. His route-running precision and ability to find soft spots in defenses would complement Christian Watson and boost our passing game significantly. With Watson still working his way back from injuries, after missing 6 weeks with a foot injury, and Van Ness limited by a leg injury, our offense has been missing that explosive element. St. Brown's addition could fill that gap and elevate Jordan Love's game, giving us a reliable target who consistently gains yards after the catch, creating mismatches against even the best secondaries. Statistically, St. Brown has been one of the most reliable receivers in the league. His career stats reflect a player who's not just a route technician but also a clutch performer. Over 5 seasons, he's accumulated over 450 receptions for more than 200 yards and 35 touchdowns with a career average of 6 yards per catch. His PFF grades have been consistently high, around the 88.7 mark, and this year he's maintaining around 89.2, which puts him among the top receivers in the league. His YAC numbers are impressive, averaging 5.5 yards per reception, which means he's exceptional at turning short throws into big gains. His contested catch rate of 48% and 85% separation rate show he's a reliable target even in tight coverage, and his red zone production is significant with 20 touchdowns. These numbers translate into a player who not only catches passes, but also wins in critical moments. Looking at the current season, St. Brown has been a key driver in Detroit's offensive efficiency. In 2025, through 11 games, he's been targeted 92 times, with 68 receptions for 780 yards and 6 touchdowns. His average of 70. 9 yards per game shows how vital he is to their passing attack. His ability to generate YAC, averaging around 5.3 yards per reception, continues to make him a nightmare for defenses. The Lions' offensive philosophy revolves around quick, precise routes, and St. Brown excels in this system, consistently drawing big plays and creating mismatches against even the most talented defenders. His presence on the field opens up space for other weapons and keeps defenses honest. For the Green Bay Packers, acquiring St. Brown would be a statement move. It signals our intent to compete immediately and adds a true game-breaker to our receiving core. The impact on our offense would be immediate, with St. Brown operating primarily in the short and intermediate routes, where he can leverage his route-running skills and YAC ability. Jordan Love would have a reliable safety valve, especially in third-down situations. His addition would surely boost our third-down conversion rate, which has been a concern this season, and elevate our overall offensive efficiency. Our PFF offensive grade, currently around 85.5, could see a significant uptick, pushing closer to elite levels, perhaps even into the 91.0 range. From a statistical standpoint, integrating St. Brown into the Packers' offense could mean an increase of over 100 yards passing for Love, raising our projected total from around 800 yards to well over 20 yards in the remaining games. His presence could also add around 9 more touchdowns, making our red zone attack more lethal. His route running and ability to gain yards after catch would improve our EPA per target, which currently sits at 0.19, significantly impacting our big play potential. His role in the offense would also help us stretch the field more effectively, increasing our deep passing success rate from around 45% to 60%. This would translate into more explosive plays, crucial for breaking games open and generating momentum heading into the playoffs. The ripple effect of this move extends beyond just the offensive stats. It would improve our third down efficiency by as much as 14%, moving from roughly 38% to over 52%. That's the kind of upgrade that can sustain drives, keep our defense rested, and control the clock, elements that are vital in playoff football. Our overall team grade based on PFF metrics could jump from 85.5 to an impressive 91.0, reflecting both the individual talent and the upgraded offensive chemistry. Our yards per game on offense could climb from 330 to around 380, and the number of big plays, offensive gains of 20 yards or more, would likely increase by around 10 per game, giving us more opportunities to score and dominate. Now, looking at the bigger picture, this move could have real implications for the NFC playoff race. DraftKings odds currently give the Packers a plus 900 chance to win the Super Bowl, but if we land St. Brown and see our offense click at full throttle, those odds could tighten to around plus 600, increasing our chances of making a deep playoff run. Our clutch performance metrics, such as EPA per reception in critical moments, would improve, boosting our chances of pulling out close games. The NFC title race, which has been somewhat unpredictable, could see the Packers emerge as a stronger contender, especially if our offense becomes more explosive and consistent. And let's not forget, this move also sends a message to the rest of the league. The Packers are serious about contention. Adding a receiver of St. Brown's caliber would be a bold statement, showing that we're all in for a deep playoff push and possibly a Super Bowl appearance. Our fans are already dreaming about another Lombardi trophy, and this kind of upgrade could be the missing piece to finally get us over the top once again. It's about building a legacy, about re-establishing the Packers as perennial contenders, and about giving Jordan Love the weapons he needs to flourish. Of course, all this hinges on whether Detroit decides to part ways with St. Brown, which is still speculative. But given the Lions' current needs and cap constraints, it's not entirely out of the realm of possibility. If it happens, it would be one of those moves that fans will talk about for years, like the trade of a certain superstar receiver that changed the course of NFL history. For us Green Bay fans, it's an exciting possibility. Imagine the possibilities. St. Brown in green and gold, running routes in Lambeau, powering us toward another Super Bowl. That's the kind of move that could redefine our season and turn the tides in the NFC North once and for all. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Green Bay Packers news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal, looking ahead if the Packers manage to pull off this trade, or even if the rumors just serve as a wake-up call. It's clear that our team is positioning itself for a serious postseason run. With St. Brown's potential arrival, the offense gets a huge boost, and the division might have to rethink its strategies. Our defense still has room for improvement, especially in the secondary and pass rush, but adding offensive firepower like St. Brown would give us a more balanced team, capable of competing at the highest level. The NFC is open, and with a few smart moves, Green Bay could very well be the team that surprises everyone and makes a deep playoff push. In the end, whether this trade materializes or not, it highlights one thing: the Packers are always in the conversation. We're building towards something special, and our fans are as passionate as ever. We believe in this team, in Jordan Love's development, and in the potential of our offense to light up Lambeau Field. If we do land a player like Amon-Ra St. Brown, it could be the catalyst that propels us into the Super Bowl conversation. So keep your fingers crossed, stay tuned, and let's rally behind our Green Bay Packers, because this season might just be one of the most exciting in years. And now, Green Bay Packers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Green Bay Packers. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Green Bay Packers news.